Happy Wednesday, Sooner Nation. Welcome to the Sooner Surge. It is 2 nights away from kickoff, OU versus Temple. It is almost here. The Discord has been active again today, and this is all I'm going to say about the Discord, because if you're not in the Discord, you are missing out on some great bantering, some great fun. Jay, as you know, we grew up arguing. There's some of that in the Discord, and what I love about it is it's almost like growing up. It's like a family that can banter but still be respectful. The Discord's been great. OU DNA showed out tonight. If you watch that, some of those you probably already saw on OU football Twitter page, some of those clips, but it's just here, man. Tomorrow night I watch Rudy, and Friday it's go time. Hit the like, Chief T-Bird says.
Hey, are you really watching Rudy tomorrow night? What?
Absolutely, Jay. Right after the live, I'll go watch Rudy.
Hey, how many people in here right now are off on Friday? How many of you guys and ladies are off on Friday? Anybody taking the day off?
Well, the university doesn't have classes. We didn't know that.
University is closed that day. No classes. That's correct. What's up, Sooner Freak 29? How are you? What's up, Lori, Mark, Chief, everybody? We have almost made it, Jeremy. We have almost made it to game time in Oklahoma. Finally, it seems like it's been the longest off season ever, but it's here. Grey God's getting off early, working from home. Craig, Teresa's off. A lot of y'all. Jeremy, have you watched? Oh, Eric's off till September 4th. Nice. Have you watched OU DNA yet tonight?
I have not seen all of it, Jay.
I will hit it up after the live. I'll check it out. Have not seen it yet. I'm excited to watch it. But we got football tomorrow night as well. There's some games on. But then you got OU on Friday. And Colin, I heard you got to meet the Hunter AI today. Hunter and Jackson. Wish we could have met you as well.
Hey, and I got to mention this because we got to talk about. Steve Stutsman's pumped up. Chester talks about Nick Anderson looking the part. Obviously, holding Nick Anderson's precautionary with hamstring tight. You don't want no reason to risk it. But guys, what Danny Stutsman, if you guys saw the video today, was unbelievable. He's got to be, Jay, one of the Sooner greats with as far as just how much what this guy has done for the program, not just what he did today, but kind of how people will just the fandom that Danny has around him, man. He's clear-cut leader of this team.
Well, what's crazy is I saw the Gabe Eicher tweet earlier today about when you thought you loved somebody so much and now you love this person even more for what they're doing with NIL. Immediately, I thought of guys in the NFL like Creed Humphrey that signed a big deal. You could think CeeDee Lamb, Bakers, guys that have signed big deals and maybe they're going to give back to NIL. But it's a current player, and it's Danny Stutsman providing some of his NIL money to the walk-ons, which unbelievable. And you talk about leading out and leading by example. That's Danny Stutsman. And that goes a long way. Listen, I'm not even talking about the financial aspects of it. It's leading and what it shows your teammates. Unbelievable. Just a great way to start the year, man. I hope he just freaking tears it up. You saw the thing come out about highest draft linebackers. He was listed as number 1. Yeah, I know a lot of people want to put the LSU guy up there, but he's listed as number 1 right now. I hope Danny just freaking kills it this year.
Jay, really, what he did, though, Jay, was you look at him and Billy Bowman coming back. To me, the culture has been so benefited. It has so benefited from those guys coming back. Because what he did today, talking about the walk-ons, talking about how integral of a part they are to this team was just phenomenal. It's only increasing culture. Steve Stutsman says, wonder why he was asking me for money today. Just kidding. Proud of him. Yeah. What if you've got to be proud. That's just amazing.
Somebody raised him right. Way to go, Steve. Unbelievable.
It's phenomenal, Jay.
Hey, Brian, I have no clue. I don't even want to address it because I don't even know. Listen, whatever you see on Twitter is not always true. Whatever you see from message boards is not always true. I don't know anything about that situation. and I don't really want to talk about it until something would come out that it's a true story. I think there's too many rumors flying around all the time. It's not just with that. It's anything and everything. There's rumor mill. And I'm not here to address it.
Yeah,
But,
Monty, the defensive line guy from New Mexico, walk on, correct, Jay, from Southeast High School in Oklahoma City. So he's from the area. But
yeah, I'll say something to that. I heard on the Sports Animal with Kerry Murdoch this morning. Basically, I don't know if it was on Kerry Marley. It might have been on their podcast. I heard that they've been kind of some guys injured there depth-wise. They haven't practiced a lot. I think Marcus Strong maybe was mentioned. And that basically they needed another practice player. He's going to be a walk-on, can fill that role, practice, and give them some bodies.
Hey, I'm not here to say that every personality is exactly the same it needs to be, because it doesn't need to be to have a great culture. But I will say it seems like Zach Alley, Seth Luttrell, some of these leaders that they have, they're kind of cut from the same mold in how they want to attack things. I'm excited about that. Big time thanks to Mark Riles. So appreciative, Mark.
Thanks,
for your generosity. I appreciate it. You guys that are on here, hit the like.
Thank you. Hey, thank you, Mark. Means a lot. Appreciate it.
And what Bobby said, go back to Bobby's comment, because that's why I'm not going to talk about it either. It's ridiculous. I agree, Bobby. It should be personal attacks or personal criticism to me. I mean, we're talking about coaching. We're talking about players playing. We don't want to get into personal things about any player or coach.
And it doesn't even matter. Listen, whatever it is right now, it's hearsay. And the same thing happened when he got a divorce. People were going after the divorce thing, and I don't believe in that either. I mean, so yeah, Ron, that's hilarious. Zach Alley talks way too much to the media.
Hey, and in my opinion, I hope we hear from him soon. But we should see. Jay, is he gonna? And maybe Steve knows this, Jay, but is he gonna be in the box or on the field? Do you think?
I thought he said he was gonna be in the field.
Okay. Seth Luttrell is going to be 'in the box, correct?
That's kind of what I thought. Seth Luttrell will be in the Seth Luttrell's in the box. He's a box guy. 2 days away, weather-wise, scattered storms. We'll find out. You're still 48 hours away, so you know how the weather changes in Oklahoma. So
that is correct.
Oh my! Wait, you said you didn't have a trumpet today when I talked to you.
I brought a surprise tonight, fellas.
Oh, wow. You're going to tease us with it. No way.
It's here. The valve is sticking a little. Hasn't been played probably in 20 years.
Oh, geez. Chester says, oh, no.
I don't have to play it. I don't have any music, but I'm sure I can play the Hey song. It can't be that hard.
Man, Jeremy, you're a man of your word. I did not think you would bring it. Here it comes, Colin says. Are you going to play it for us tonight?
It may be too loud, guys. It may be too loud.
Are you going to play it, or are you going to tease us with it?
I'll play it. Keep watching. It'll be on here tonight. I promise you.
Nice. Thank God, Brian said. Still has spit.
Hey, I just want to. Yeah, Chester says make sure I play it when he's gone. Okay. Exactly. Hey, I just want to know if it's going to pump anyone up. It won't be. But...
So the Toby Keith song from the third to fourth quarter.
Yeah.
What do you think? Probably that's going to be. How do you like me now? Probably.
I don't know. I don't even care. It's going to be great, whatever it is.
That's right. I was surprised that they came out. Not that Nick Anderson's not playing, but I was surprised. Andrew Anthony sounds like Andrew Anthony's clear to go. What a recovery, by the way. We haven't seen him play, so you can't say it. But the fact that he's ready to go game one, I think, is pretty impressive.
How much he plays is going to be determined, but honestly, I don't even think BB would say he's going to be ready to play if he's not going to. He's going to get some snaps. You got to see what he can do, full range of motion. To me, I think that it's going to be great to see. They're got the speed. Andrew brings that. Nick Anderson, though, guys, I think he's going to be really special this year. But I do agree with there's no rush. If it is the hamstring, that is a nagging thing. You've got to be fully recovered. It continues to go with you throughout the year. Cannot happen. You need Nick Anderson in this lineup.
Yeah, they're
I'm not taking requests here tonight, everybody. John's asked Red Solo Cup. Like, I don't even have music. I'm going to try to play the Hey song.
Just don't play taps or anything. There it is. Taps for Temple offense. There it is right there, Mike.
I do know taps. That one's pretty easy, Jay. I don't have to move my fingers at all on that one.
That's true. That's true. What else, man? 2 days away. Anything you're kind of itching at the bit for this game on Friday night?
Itching at the bit. I think it's called chomping at the bit. And yeah, I want dry weather, Jay. I want dry weather. I want a lot of deep balls. I want I said this on the video. I don't want penalties. Penalties to me is one of the things you cannot.
Injuries you can't.
Penalties and injuries.
I agree. And injuries, the fact of the matter is, this day and age, any day and age really, but college football, if you lose one of your better players to injury, I mean, it absolutely derails your season. I mean, hopefully you have depth enough where it doesn't, but most of the times I think when you lose star players, it can really just derail a season. So you got to just hope they come out of it clean, everything healthy, nobody injured, and get a good W. I mean, game one.
That's right.
I actually think, Clark, tomorrow's going to go by really quick. I think today was slow. I think yesterday was slow. I think tomorrow will be quicker. I mean, it's basically tomorrow's Thursday, but it feels like a Friday because game day's early. So it feels like a Friday to me tomorrow. Health is right. Does a grass field benefit or hurt us in the rain? It does not matter against
Temple.
I don't care if you played on gravel, if you played on sand. It would not matter in this situation. You could play in the ocean. I don't really care. They're gonna. But your question of does it help or hurt? To me, I've always thought a grass field in rain.
It hurts.
I always thought it helps the offense because, like receiver wise, the offense knows where they're going. The cornerbacks do not know, and the offense knows where they're making the cut. The defense doesn't.
It's not going to be a monsoon here Friday night, Jay.
No, it's scattered storms. Scattered storms.
Jay, when you think of grass fields, there's not. I mean, there's some pretty ones out there, but a lot have gone to that turf. Man, I'm excited. Tomorrow night, we got Missouri, Jay.
Missouri tomorrow night. You got
General Booty.
Booty playing tomorrow. How many quarterbacks now? Is it four former quarterbacks are playing tomorrow for Oklahoma or playing
something like that, Jay. Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah. So,
did you watch OU-DNA?
Have not seen it yet. That's why I said I'd watch it after the live tonight.
A lot of people talking about Doug Deacon, and what's crazy, it seems like Doug Deacon has already been set to some kind of extreme coaching level compared to Nunez. Like, did Nunez was never talked about, but it was Nunez an analyst.
It was a different role.
Yeah, I agree.
It was a different role.
Aren't you calling Dion losing tomorrow?
Well, here's the thing. North Dakota State's without one of their best players, I believe. But Greg God said it was amazing. Okay, let me get to something on this. I meant to talk about this yesterday, and I didn't talk about it, okay? First off, I agree with Greg Rod 100%. The OU media is truly top-notch. I would agree. And pretty much everything they put out, I have absolutely loved and just thought it was killer. Great. But let me say this. Yesterday or the day before, they put a little video out, and it was people all over whistling Boomer Sooner. You know which one I'm talking about, Jeremy?
I do.
I was not a big fan of that one.
The whistling was whistling, Jay.
Now, a lot of people on there are probably going to come at me for that, saying, oh, they loved it. And there's Hunter, because Hunter already told me off camera, as soon as I said it, he ripped into me and said, that was the best one. That was great. I didn't think so. And you know what? That's the beauty of it. I have my opinion.
Personal preference.
You don't have to like it. I didn't think it was one of their better efforts. Okay.
Chad, thank you so much as well. Mark Riles, Chad, we really appreciate the supers tonight. We really do. I'm not just saying that. It's much appreciated. The least everyone can do is hit the like. We'd love the support of our channel. Will Sawchuck and Barnes being a two-back set? I'm here for it. And that's one of the top 5. The 5 things I listed that I want to see against Temple. Few penalties, if any. Injuries, right? I want to see at least one time OU being a 2-back set. At least once. At least show it. You've got to at least show it. To me, the people who say, well, no, OU needs to be vanilla. I'm on the other mindset, Jay, and maybe the Surgeaholics can comment in here. I'm for showing more things to give the defense more to practice on. I don't like the thought of, ooh, let's trick them. Let's not show anything and then show it. No, I show it.
I don't think
try
it
defending
will.
all this.
I'm kind of with you, but Colin's asking if Michael Hawkins Jr. will get to the end zone on Friday. Yes.
Yes. If he's the backup, he better, because he better be playing.
I mean, I would think backups will be in most of the second half. So I think he'll get plenty of opportunity.
I don't care what the score is. Out of halftime, you play all the starters. One drive out of halftime on offense and defense, just to get them used to coming out of the locker room.
Michael says be at least a dozen. Okay, you know what I heard today? Actually, 2 back, 2 tight ends, Steve says. I'd love to see it. I heard something today, and it was actually yesterday on the radio. I mean, I don't even need to say who said it, but I totally disagreed with it. And it goes along with this. This person said that if somebody that you could run the wishbone nowadays and still win. Do you agree with that?
That you can't run the wishbone?
You can run the wishbone and still win a lot of games.
It's difficult, Jay. I don't think it's doable to run just that offense. Hey, and Hunter, I know they didn't last year. I'm saying they should this year. There's something to be said about coming out of the locker room second half. I don't care what the score is. You've got to get in that mindset. I think Taylor Tatum is going to play Friday night. And there's something else I wanted to show on here, Jay, and I can't find it.
Hey, I agree with you. In high school, Division II, Division III, you can do it. I don't think you can do it in D1 major college football.
Great God. I'm absolutely the type to score and go for 2. I'm the type to never have a kicker on my team. And this is why I don't coach college football.
That's a bad take.
It's a horrible take, and it's why I don't coach. I wouldn't have a kicker.
Well, you know who went for 2 last week? Their first drive, Florida State. They jumped out 8-0. Everybody thought that was going to be a blowout.
If I wanted to kick, I'd stick my quarterback back there and do a little quick skip kick or something. Quick squib kick.
Yeah, I saw that, Kyla. He's got a little bit of moves. Does Bowen get a kicker?
Yes. And I'm going to say it again because last night I got on the live late. It is not a hot take to say Peyton Bowen's going to run a punt return back by the 4th week. I think he could run one back each game.
Do you think he runs one back?
If they kick it to him, he's going to have a chance. Based on how he was in high school, he is going to have a chance every time he touches the ball if they're going to kick it to him.
Well, do you think he'll run one back Friday?
Yes, because here's what I'm saying, Jay. I think they'll punt a minimum of, 6 to 8 times? If he has a returnable kick 3, I think probably – I'll say 1 out of every 4 returnable kick I think this guy can take to the house.
Well, I'd be hoping they're going to be punting more than 6 times. But there was a coach,
got interceptions.
There was a high school coach that did it, but then there's also I can't remember the name of the guy, but I know a high school coach in Arkansas, I believe, did it all the time. Hot take number 2, Berkson, another wide receiver, will have over 100 yards. Over everybody in chat, over under this total of yardage. Over under 650 yards offense.
It'll be around 600 at least.
Over under 650. What are you taking?
I'm not going to pick yet. I'm going to think about it because if you get a lot of turnovers and you have short fields, it takes away yardage too. I may go under on that, Jay.
The Trumpet is that you keep pulling it out, don't you? Steve's saying under.
I just think if you get long returns, if you get interceptions, it's hard in those types of games. I don't see it, Jay.
Chester says 400 rushing, 270 passing.
So, I'm all for that rushing yard
total.
Hey,
so when are you going to bless us with your song here?
I don't know if anyone even wants to hear it, Jay, to be honest.
Well, let's take a poll, Hunter. Take a poll and see if anyone wants
Maybe
to hear
take a poll, Hunter. Take a poll. Hey, the valve's sticking. It may stick and cause me to mess up.
No excuses, man.
I don't
You know
have an
what?
excuse.
That's like OU Friday saying, well, it was a little rainy outside.
Hey,
No
hit the
excuse,
like
bro.
if you want to hear the trumpet. Hit the like.
Hey, yeah, hit the like. If you want to hear the trumpet and you want to hear the Hey song, hit the like. Yeah, Ryan, you're right about that, bro. You're right.
I think they're going to want to hear it, Jay, and I'm going to have to move the camera back because it's going to be loud.
Yeah, it's going to be really loud. Your voice is loud. Wait till you play that dang thing.
We ready for it?
I don't know. Are we?
I am not. I don't even know. You guys are putting me on the spot. You ready? I want to know if you're going to be pumped up right now. If this song pumps you up. I don't think it does.
Dalpo says you don't have to play the whole song, but give us a little bit, Jeremy. Hit the freaking like.
I'm going to go on more. This does not pump me up, and it shouldn't. We need something more than this, but here we go.
There you go, bro. Nice. Nicely done.
You guys pumped?
No. Take me out.
The last part did.
Get me out of there.
Get out of there.
Better than you thought, Chester says.
Sorry, guys. If I disappointed, I apologize.
Hostile.
It's more hostile.
A hostile environment, Bobby.
He's saying it's so hostile, the Hey song.
Hey, here's the thing. I think it is what you make of it, though. I mean, sounds like the high Hilldale. There it is, Jeremy. That's beautiful, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, I'll tell you what that shows. Man of my word. I told you I'd bring a trumpet. I got one and I played it for you. Yeah, my wife's gonna be. Oh, Colin's ready to run through a wall. Let me ask you this, Surgeaholics. Were you all in your living room or kitchen or on your back patio going, hey? I don't think so. Get the Malcolm Kelly rap and let's get this place hopping on Friday night.
That's right. It's sold out. It's going to be hopping, I think. That's right. That's right. And that part of it's great. When they get to that part of it, it's the other part. Chief, you're the man. Appreciate it so much.
Chief is the man.
Thank you, Chief. Awesomeness, awesome sauce. Well done. That's worth some NIL money.
Thanks, Chief.
Appreciate you, buddy. No one gave you a hey. I couldn't do the hey on here.
Don't ever do that again.
You're going to get mixed bag on that, Jeremy. You're going to get people that love it or hate it.
That's why I love the Surgeaholics. Okay,
tell it like it is.
Banter. Bring it every night. Doesn't hurt my feelings. This is how we grew up, Jay and I, arguing and having fun. Bring it.
Ron every time, bro. With the comments, cracks me up. Hey, it's not the Jerry Lewis telethon, Brian. Jackson Arnold, first game you could say first game as his team. I mean, you can go back to the Arizona game if you want to. I do think that was a little different situation, being that it was Latrell's first game. It was kind of still last year. So first game for Jackson Arnold. I'm eager to see not really how he throws the ball. I know how he's going to throw the ball. He's got a great arm. I'm eager to see maybe his comfort level in the pocket. I think they're going to block really well, so it shouldn't be a problem. But to me, that is where he's going to have to take the step. His pocket presence and his decision making.
Don't know if we find that out this week.
He can throw it from one side of the field to the other. He can throw it across the field. He can throw slants. He can throw deep outs. He can throw any ball, and he can throw those better than Dylan Gabriel. That's a fact. I mean, as far as arm talent, but
I don't think
scrambling, all of it. That's what I'm interested to see.
I don't think we're going to find out about pocket presence necessarily, nor do I think we're going to find out about decision making here. But I will say this. I'm not sure we're going to see it. When I say vanilla off, I'm not sure they're going to run Jackson Arnold much at all on Friday night. Now, I think they should. I think he should start doing the way he's going to play. But I'm not sure about that.
That's a good point.
I am so sick, Eric, of hearing about the swagger part. Like, I get what you're saying. I don't know what you're judging it on because I'll say it again. I'll say it again. Looks rattled is baffling because I have not seen that he looked rattled.
Listen,
he threw some picks, yes.
Let me answer this. If last year, if the game had went different against Arkansas, okay, I mean against Arizona, if the game had been different and a couple of those turnovers go the other, it's one game, and I think everybody's mindset changes. If Farouk doesn't fumble, they go up 34-17, whatever it is. It'd be totally different.
I agree. And Steve, I don't even know what to say except thanks, man. That means so much, Steve. Appreciate you. We appreciate you every Sunday night that you're going to be on here. So appreciative of you and that super right there. Sooner to you, Steve Stutsman.
You are the man. Yeah.
And guys, you heard Steve on Sunday night. He invited you out to the tailgate. Go say hi to Steve Stutsman. Just a great guy chatting it up. So genuine. Appreciate it.
Yeah, that's right. Some of these comments are hilarious. Yeah,
big. Hey, Jay, I got to get back to the Jackson Arnold stuff because I am not going to say that. Look, Jackson Arnold in high school seemed to have swagger. Yeah, last year against Arizona. Hey, I do remember the play he rolled out, scrambled across his body. Nick Anderson made a heck of a catch. In fact, that was probably the best throw and catch of the entire season. Probably not even arguable. That was the best throw and catch all year. You had also the deep ball to Brennan Thompson. That was one of the prettiest passes and catches of the year. So two of the top plays there. And against BYU, he had guys on his ankles in a big-time audible play that he had to make a throw, and he made the throw. I don't think that he's a guy that's going to just fold under and not have any swagger. How do you tell if a guy has swagger?
Well, listen. I think the term
you'll see
swagger
it or not. That's what you will. You'll
we've
see it or not.
Talked about swagger before, and we've talked about it before. And John's asking the question: what is 5-star swagger? How do you quantify that? I've seen this is a fact and a true statement. I've seen 5-star guys that you think are called that have 5-star swagger that are actually over cocky, and it does not end well. And one of those guys was kind of Spencer Rattler. He came out of high school. Is that swagger? I mean, so what is swagger? To me, swagger is a confidence in leading the team. And I do think there is some swagger as far as when you're walking on the field. You had this, I think Baker Mayfield had it. Baker Mayfield had this aura about him. Maybe aura is the word. Maybe the aura is the word instead of
swagger. Is a fine word, Jay.
But Danny Stutsman has swagger.
Jay, you can't judge Jackson Arnold's swagger on one game.
And that's what I was getting ready to say. What are you basing it on? Because in high school, I watched him. I listened to him. I thought he had a lot of swagger. So I do think you have to wait and see. I think it's one game. There's so many people out there, not just in this Surgeaholic community, nationally, that are, and I've said myself that, hey, I got to see it with Jackson Arnold because he's only played one real game. But there are so many people nationally that aren't even saying that. They're basically saying OU's in trouble because of Jackson Arnold because of one game. I don't think you can say that based off one game. You can say, well, we'll have to wait and see. He's only played one game. He's young. I get that. But you cannot say they're going to be terrible and they're going to be bad because of Jackson Arnold. There's nothing to show that except one little bitty image from a game, little bitty clip from 3/4 of a game. He played great for 2 quarters and okay or bad for 2 quarters on turnovers. That was it.
And the swagger is going to be determined. Chief, again, thank you so much. We appreciate it. Thanks so much, Chief. It says after the bowl game, this is what Chief said, to get his feet wet. It will serve him well for this season. I do think him playing in that game was huge for this year. It was a meaningless bowl game. I have said that. How did some of you not get that, he says. Now, here's the deal. Eric, I think you are perfectly right to say the jury's out. I think anyone who says the jury's out is fine. I don't know how you can measure swagger in one game is the thing. I just think that based on arm strength helps you with swagger. If you can throw it in tight places, you're going to have More swagger. You should.
Hey, real quick, I got to ask a question in the chat. And Eric, I think you brought it up, so maybe you answer it, and whoever else wants to answer. Tell me right now in college football, which quarterbacks you say have 5-star swagger. I'd like to see who you think it is.
And I got to go back to, I think Steve said something. Oh, Jackson Arnold is going to be as advertised at the end of the season. I really do have a question for Eric.
Milroe? Wait, Milroe?
Milroe is not a swagger guy.
I don't see that.
Maybe he is. I don't watch him enough, but Eric, you're absolutely right. He threw a pick in a scrimmage. Absolutely did. I don't know how much practices you've seen because actually the media hasn't been there, but I'm not sure how you say that he's always thrown in triple coverage, that he's looked bad in every scrimmage. They're going ones against ones. OU's got a really, really good defense. Like, I think we're going to see a good Jackson Arnold because of what he's gone up against. But how are we judging based on practices that really no one's been watching? It's hard for me to judge anything.
You know what?
I will say this. Michael had a comment about the OU-TU game last year, which I know it was TU. Everyone's going to say it's TU. The dime he threw to Nick Anderson, Jay, he got hit under the chin as he's releasing the ball. Go back and watch it. He gets hit under the chin as he's releasing the ball for 50 yards on a dime. I'm just saying, starting quarterback last year couldn't have done it.
Hey,
it's a fact.
I agree with some of these are being saying about Caleb Williams. I mean, you could go down the list.
Steve did say Danny missed the tackle on a scrimmage. Yeah.
Well, here's the truth. Here's the truth. People are going to make mistakes, and especially Jackson Arnold as a young quarterback. If anybody on here thinks he's not going to make mistakes in some of the big games, I hate to say it, you're probably wrong. He's a young quarterback that doesn't have many starts. That doesn't mean he's going to be a bad quarterback. He's going to make mistakes. I mean,
I love everything to me that I heard Jackson Arnold say 2 days ago after practice. He owned up to thing. He said he's in a way better spot mentally than he was in that game because of a couple of things. But go ahead, Jay.
I got a question. I've seen a few people say Nico has a swagger from Tennessee. Based off what?
130 yards in a bowl game, Jay. 130. It was the turnovers that everyone's really talking about. Now, Shane Falco, I will give you that, Brian. Shane Falco, chicks, scars,
glory lasts forever.
Glory lasts forever. That dude's got swag.
No experience. Absolutely. Ding, 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 ding. No experience, but neither have experience. Neither does Nico.
Hey, okay, Eric. I agree. Let's revisit Jackson on Sunday. And Eric, you, along with any other Surgeaholic or Sooner fan, okay, anyone who's going to say, well, you cannot say it was Temple then. You cannot come at me on Friday night and say, well, it was Temple.
Greg got says, Steve, after Temple, if you're saying practice, then why does Temple not matter?
Oh, now Eric's saying after Tennessee.
No, Eric, you're just talking about a practice. Eric, it's a scrimmage, so was the spring game. And
if you can pull out an interception from a scrimmage, I can pull out a 5-touchdown performance if that's what he does. Fair enough?
We'll see what happens. I mean, we'll see. I understand this Temple. Don't get me wrong. I mean, he should have.
I'm not going to sit here and lose my mind. I'm just saying if he plays great and throws dimes and throws 60-yard things, it'd be great.
Now, I will say where he throws the ball and his decision-making, I will be watching. But I think the ones that are saying here he's not going to have any issues, I mean, that's kind of silly.
But it's pointless to even talk about until we see him play, Jay.
Caleb Williams against Kansas as a freshman had bad throw. I mean,
I don't want to talk about it anymore. Let's move on to something else because until the game starts, there's really nothing to even talk about that.
I agree.
I'm not making personal, though, Jeremy. Who's making it? I'm not making it personal, Eric. I'm not making anything personal. I'm passionate about, I think Jackson Arnold's going to be an elite quarterback. That's what I said. I'm not making anything personal.
Bobby, you know this is going to be, there's going to be overreaction either way. I mean,
absolutely.
There's been overreaction. Arkansas State last year, what was the number one thing everybody said about Arkansas State? They got no pass rush. That was said last year after Arkansas State, 73-0. So it just it just is what it is. Well, we'll
Jay,
find out. I'm like these other people. I'm tired of talking about it. I'm tired of talking about it for the last 6-9 months. I want to see some freaking football, and I want to see how they do, and then I want to talk about it afterwards. That's what I'm ready for.
Friday night, I want to get to a couple things about Friday night, and Chief kind of segues into that. I do want to answer Lori's question about our dad. And Monty, I'm sorry to wake your wife up with that trumpet. Sorry about that. Our dad, I saw him tonight before I headed to church. He's doing okay. Did get not so good report from his appointment today. So just look, we enjoy every time we can with them, and that's really with anyone because no one knows how long they have, and enjoy the time. And if the time is meant bantering and arguing, and that's what you love, like we do, so be it. It's fun. Okay, it's absolutely fun. Jay, go to Chief's questions here.
Besides Jackson Arnold, what positions are you most excited to see how they've progressed? Well, the edge for me, defensive end, guys like R. Mason Thomas. I've been waiting on him, and I think a lot of people have. He's had hype built around him for a couple of years. It sounds like he's healthy. I'm excited to see him. Offensively, tight ends. I mean, tight end was talked about before the spring game, and we didn't really get to see him throw to the tight ends. I'd love to see some tight end action. That's kind of what I'm looking forward to. And then the new kicker. I mean, if Keltner's your guy, I'd like to see him kick a few and see him kick well.
Hey, some of this Surgeaholics, man. Sunday with Stuts, man. Bring it. He kind of challenged last Sunday night. Bring it. We love to continue the banter. But I will say this, Jay, what you were just saying.
Thanks. I appreciate it, bud.
Well, I appreciate the prayers that people are saying. I want to say that, to me, on the defensive side of the ball, Jay, there is a guy that I've kind of been – there's a guy I've been very questionable on. I've even made comments that I think there's other guys way ahead of him. But I am curious to see if Trace Ford is going to be anything, because maybe he realized these dudes are making a run and getting ahead of him, and maybe he's going to show out. I still think that Trace Ford – there's going to be some role guys who just got to come in and fill some plays, play for a few plays, and get in the backfield. And that's their role. They're not going to be every down guys, and that's fine.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one by Ethan Downs. I see a few people saying the O-line. And
Steve wants to see a punch from the O-line.
Bobby, that's a great comment. It's the O-line for me. Without them being better than expected, Jackson Arnold will be handcuffed. I mean, you do have to have your O-line. Hey, Ricky says if Oklahoma balls out, Eric will be catching all kinds of grief. Ricky, it goes both ways. If Oklahoma doesn't ball out, a lot of people on here will be catching grief from Eric. So it goes both ways, bro. I mean, that's a great thing about people having opinions. So
let me answer Grey God, because first, I have not changed my mind on Farouk or Ford. All I said is I'm curious. I'm curious to see. And with Farouk, I know Eric has sent me videos, and I've watched his highlight videos of Farouk. Farouk's best asset, and you guys can disagree, I think this is true, though. Farouk's best asset was yards after the catch. That's where Farouk was best, the yak. So if he can hold on to the ball, I still wish he was playing slot. Me personally, I wish he was a slot receiver. But I think yak is the best thing he can do. And ball security is going to determine how much he plays, I think. Same with the running backs. The guy who can pick up blitzes and have ball security is going to play a little more than some of the others. You're going to have to go with those guys in big-time games. You've got to be able to pick up the blitz as a running back. You've got to be able to hold on to the ball.
Hey, real quick, Clark.
Yeah, go ahead, Jay. Go ahead.
I'll go ahead with this because, first off, if you've watched the lives at all, and I know you have, you've been on your live, I've actually said – one thing that had OU at 9-3 and not better is because I do think Jackson Arnold will go through some struggles this year at quarterback. I think there's going to be some road games, tough environments, a guy that's never been in that situation. I expect him to turn the ball over in some of those games. He's not going to be a perfect quarterback. He's basically, I mean, he's not a freshman, but he basically is as far as start. So, but I understand Eric's points on that. I do. I can also say I think Jackson Arnold will be really good. But I do think he's going to have a year where he's going to be good, but I think he will have some maybe some mistakes in big games that could cost OU a few games. And That's just the way I fall. I still got
Hey,
them going 9-3.
and listen, I don't care what people say about. Like, I'm not personally attached to any of this. I'm a fan, but I will say that to say that someone doesn't have swagger, how do it's just, to me, it's mind-boggling how you're going to base it on a game. So that's my point. Say he doesn't have swagger 10 games in. I'm fine with that. Let's evaluate it when it's time to evaluate.
That's my thing. You evaluate it later in the season. It's hard to evaluate right now. Anybody that says they know what Jackson Arnold is going to be right now, I don't think anybody knows.
John says it perfectly. If why bring it up if it doesn't matter till Tennessee? And Jay, that's a great point. I was just getting ready to get to something, and I don't know what it was, but I'll think of it in a second, Jay.
I agree. Him and Bobby bring some good points. I love all the different opinions. Bring it on.
I'm not bashing anyone. Yeah. Boganowski is someone to keep an eye on if he's going to get in there a lot. I think he is. I was just getting ready, Jane. I lost the comment, man.
Auburn's going to be.
It was the Michigan. I know you got the same text I did today, Jay. You saw it?
Which one?
About Michigan. All the stuff with Michigan is just crazy.
Well, I didn't get a text.
Sure did.
I guess I did. I don't know what you're talking about.
Go back and check. From our Ohio State guy, Jay.
I haven't read all my texts, so
I won't bring it up tonight. Maybe we'll bring it up tomorrow, Jay. I want you to read your text. Very interesting stuff.
I'll read him after the show.
Yeah, read it after the show.
I will.
Who makes YouTube videos? I'm confused. Yeah, look, I'm not going to.
How many running backs play?
I want to see penalties go down. That was a problem. OU has had an issue the last 2 years in penalties. Absolutely. How many running backs play Friday? I'm going to say who plays Friday. Taylor Tatum, Barnes, Salchuk, Franklin, Hicks. I don't think Robbins. At least 5.
I think 4.
Oh, so you don't maybe think Hicks not playing?
He might not. I mean, you would think he would, but maybe not. Here's more of the question, I guess. After Brent Venables on the call on the teleconference today, is DeMarco Murray being suspended this game or later in the year? It didn't really answer it.
Yeah, he didn't answer that. That was interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to go there tonight. There's 3 minutes left. So I don't want to go there. What else, Jay?
You can tell by some of the stuff in this chat, I'm ready for football. I mean, there's only so much you can break down before a season, off practices, off scrimmages, off one game last year.
Got to be disciplined.
It's a lovely thing that we can all have our own opinions, but I'm ready to see something and have it in writing because I promise, and have a game to look at. Because I promise you, I am not a biased Sooner fan. I can promise you that. I love the Sooners, but I will tell it like it is. If Jackson Arnold goes out there and has a horrible game, I'll come out here Saturday and I'll be the one saying it. I will. So I'm not worried about that.
We're going to close here, and I want to say, though, that I love what Chief T-Bird says there about hey, look, this is how I want to close tonight, Surgeaholics. I want you to hit the like. It means a lot by hitting the like. And I'm going to give some shout-outs to all those for the Supers here in a second. But before I do, there's one way to get banned from this channel, and it's to personally attack someone. We're not going to do that. I've never done that. There's no room for it. There's no need for it. We're all fans. But to me, if you can't do it in that manner with that kind of taste, then you don't belong here because the Surgeaholics is a family. I will say that it's a family. Yeah, we're dysfunctional at times, but in the end, I think we all are here for the right reasons, and that's what makes coming on every single night at 9:30. Even though our lives are so busy, your lives are busy, we all kind of set aside a 9:30 timetable for Eric at 7:30, I guess, in Washington, wherever you're at, in Japan, Juan Blero. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Let's keep it going. Big shout-outs tonight. Big thanks to Steve Stutsman. Just wow. Appreciate it so much, Steve. For Chief, for the supers as well. Thanks so much. Mark Riles, thanks for the supers. Appreciate it. Chad Gamble, thanks for the super. Again, I cannot say enough for all of you that are out here. I guess I can end it with the little trumpet, Jay. I'm not going to end it with the hey. But guys, we're 2 days away. We're 2 days away. Till next time.